Welcome to another workshop covered by the Touro University's Graduate School of Technology. Today's workshop is AI for Educators, practical tools using Gemini, Copilot and NotebookLM. Today's presenter is our very own esteemed Professor PAYAM BINA, Chair of our Instructional Technology and Educational Technology.
That was a great introduction and a great introduction to our program. Welcome to tonight's AI for Educators workshop. I'm really excited to have this workshop again. Those of you who were here with us in previous times, I know we really covered cool things. And as you know, technology always is going very fast. If you don't keep up with it, it will, go fast. That's very hard to catch up. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get the teachers to the new technology, and hopefully, based on what we're going to be speaking today, you'll be more comfortable with using AI. And as you know, AI is not going anywhere. I read in an article that in the next few years, 80 to 90% of the teachers will be using AI for anywhere within their lesson, classroom, or curriculum. So just a little bit about myself. As Lushan explained, I'm currently the chair of the Instructional Technology program, as well as the deputy chair of the undergrad NICECAS Cybersecurity and Network Administration. We just recently created the concentration within it's called the computer science education within the ITP. So if anybody is interested, please let us know. Our link is gst.touro.edu. Either you could reach out to me or Lushan. We'll give you more information about our programs. I also teach within the program myself. I teach the course Internet Tools. So if you do join our program, you'll be learning about new technology as well. All right, so this workshop is going to be more about how you could do different things within AI. I don't like really talking too much. I like to show you how things are done. We're going to dive right into Gemini and Copilot. Last time when we had this workshop, I spent time with using ChatGPT from OpenAI. Today, we're not going to do anything with ChatGPT. We're going to be using Gemini and Copilot, which more or less they're all AI. So it's not going to be too much of a difference. The only reason why I'm using Gemini and Copilot is because for Touro, these two AIs are set so that we could use it for our coursework, and Touro has a license that anything that we provide this Gemini or Copilot using our credentials, our Touro credentials, it will not go out of the institution. Whereas if you go on ChatGPT or any other AI with your personal account, whatever you do right in there, it might get used for training purposes. Getting through our Copilot and Gemini. Now, as you all know, Copilot is the AI that's created by Microsoft, and it is used with all of the Office products. So whenever you try to create a presentation or a Word document, it's built in. So as an example, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open up my Copilot. So in order to get to Copilot, I just wanted to show you this also, by the way, but I normally get to Copilot by going in through my dashboard of Touro. Those of you who are Touro students can access Copilot by clicking on Office 365 applications. Otherwise, you could simply open a new tab and type in copilot.office.com or Office 365 will give you the link, and it will take you directly to Copilot. So you have to log in. See, I'm already logged in. The regular free version is free within Copilot. Actually, if you go to office.com, it will take you, then you could work with Copilot, then you have to sign in. So I'm going to sign in through my work. Those of you who have an account in a school system, some of you might have accounts through your school. The Copilot is part of the Office suite. Now, what I want to show you here is one of the things that I really like about Copilot is that you could create very PowerPoint presentations within, a good, I'm sorry, that has good design as well as good visuals. So, for example, let's say I want to create a presentation, right? So everybody knows that in any AI, you type in prompts. And so what I did was, instead of asking Copilot to create a presentation for me, I asked it to generate a comprehensive prompt to generate a PowerPoint presentation. Now, what's the difference between generating a prompt, right? Prompt engineering with itself is something that is very crucial using AI, right? There's different ways of asking AI to give you responses. And a lot of times when you just type in your own prompt, it will most likely not give you exactly what you want. So notice what I wrote here. I would generate a comprehensive prompt to generate a PowerPoint presentation on the 7th grade algebra. The PowerPoint file should have 10 slides with visuals and examples and good design, right? Now, what did Copilot do? It created a prompt so that now, instead of me writing the prompt in more it actually wrote it for me, right? It gives me what should be on the first slide, second slide. Good. Once this is done, you could either ask it to generate the actual PowerPoint for you. So what I did was I created a new chat, right? And I simply pasted the prompt that was provided to me by the previous chat. So I simply wrote to it, comprehensive prompt, title, generate this PowerPoint presentation. And notice what it did. Copilot generated the presentation, and here it is. And the cool thing about this is that if you click on the open file, it actually opens it up on the web, right? You could either present it via the web, just like that. And notice this was created. It wasn't where, I asked Copilot to look up presentations online and provide me a presentation. This was generated on the fly, and notice the way it is. It's actually it creates visuals as well as design themes, right? Now, another cool thing about this is that, say you're presenting this and you want to add speaker notes. So the online version of PowerPoint has an option where you could go to the notes under the view. And then in here, you could say, I want to generate speaker notes either for all slides, or I want to generate speaker notes for current slide. I click on that. And now notice I have speaker notes on the bottom, which will tell me what to talk about. Makes my job easier, right? So instead of me having to break my head and spend 2 hours creating a presentation with speaker notes, now with 3 minutes worth of using prompts, I'm able to create a full presentation. Now, if I want to download this fully, I could simply click on this editing, and I could click open in desktop. So those of you who have the actual PowerPoint are able to download it. Now, another cool thing about PowerPoint, since we're talking about PowerPoint here, there is an option called Copilot, which is integrated within PowerPoint. Those of you who have the full version of Copilot, which most schools have. So if you log in through your school account, you will get the Copilot button, and in here, you could add or you could change anything you want within the presentation, right? Let's say you want to specify here, please add a slide that contains 7 algebra questions with answers. Okay. So now this Copilot is actually working within PowerPoint. Okay, so look at that. It says download the updated PowerPoint. It doesn't even add it to this one. It says, okay, you know what? Just click on this link. I will give you a new version of it. You just downloaded the new version. I will open up the new version and let's see what the new version is all about. So let's see if it added that slide with 7 questions. Now, by the way, if you don't like the design theme, you could always ask it to change the design theme to a different color. See, I think most probably added it to the end. Look, it added it to the end. Algebra practice questions. You have simplify, evaluate, solve, and so on and so forth. Actually didn't provide the answers. So you see from here, sometimes the AI doesn't do everything we asked it to do, but you could always go back in here and say, please provide the answers. Great. Good. So that's one of the things that is cool about Copilot, and Copilot also has access to creating images that everybody knows that. Let me just click on here. So let's say I want to create a nice, say I am planning to have a math club event for the elementary school. And I want to create a flyer which has information about the event. There will be guest speakers as well as pizza. Date is March 8th, 2026. Okay, I'm just making something up on the fly. And then when you do this, it will create you the flyer. Sometimes it takes maybe a minute, but it eventually will create it for you. Okay. Great. So here is Math Club event. You could always ask it to change the image around, to add more stuff to it, and so on and so forth. Okay, since this is an elementary school, it makes it more, with visuals. If you want to make it as let's say you want to create a flyer for an event at your work or corporate, then obviously it's going to change the design. One other thing you should know about Copilot is that just like ChatGPT, it has in the settings, you could set up where your personalization. Okay, so what is this personalization? It's a way for you to give it custom instructions so that it will always do what you want it to do. So for example, say you are working in a cybersecurity field, and whenever you want to give it a prompt, you want to give it at an angle from a cybersecurity way to give you the responses. So you could put that over here. You could edit the instructions. If you're working in a specific place and you wanted to only do all the responses to be connected to that specific area, you can do that by checking your work profile and updating that. Okay, there's another thing that I just wanted to touch upon is called agents. Agents are just like custom GPTs or gems in Gemini, where it is focused on a specific area. So, I have a prompt coach, which I created myself, You could create different things that are focused on that specific agent. So if, let's say, you want to do a survey, lucid chart, anything like that, it will give you a focused response that has to do with that specific topic. Okay. There is also, so that's as far as Copilot. Let me see, just see, there was another thing I wanted to create with Copilot. Oh, another thing which we're going to get into is creating and grading assignments, which if you recall in previous sessions, I did create a sample homework assignment that your students did, and you want Copilot to help you grade it. So today I did it something even further. So what I did was I took a picture of an assignment. So take a look at this image. It's an assignment sheet that a 6th grade algebra did. Name is Joe, but again, names are irrelevant. You could even submit it without names. I know there's regulations and policies with submitting names, so you could definitely get rid of the name. You could provide sample assignments with sample answers that the students did, right? It doesn't have to be specific to a name. Now, the idea here is that I'm going to give this to Copilot, even though some of the answers are incorrect, right? So if you look at, for example, this one, number 2, y does not equal to 8, right? So the student did it wrong. So what I will do is I will submit this worksheet to Copilot, and I will ask it to grade it, not only grade it, but also provide feedback and generate sample practice questions based on the questions that the student got wrong. So that when you want to give back a paper to a student, you could say, look, this is what you did wrong, and here are some practice assignments. So let's see how this does. Ready? So I have the prompt, but I could create my own prompt. I could even ask Copilot to create my own prompt. So I'm going to click upload images. I'm going to upload that specific file that I created. So here, let's go to download, and where did it? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to say, please grade the following student based on the answers. I will generate a Word document with a table. Now, by the way, what I'm writing, I'm just writing on the fly. That contains the questions with the provided response, and then include the correct response if the question is wrong, and provide explanation in the next column. And for wrong questions, create 3 practice questions. Okay, something along those lines. Now, what you could do really is, before this, you could say generate a prompt, right? Which I normally do that. On a normal thing, I would say generate a prompt to a comprehensive prompt for this, and then Copilot will give me a better prompt. But for now, I'm just gonna see what it gives me based on my prompt. Okay, and I'm gonna say, please provide a download Word document. Okay. Very simple prompt. I'm going to give it in, and now let's see what Copilot does. All right, sometimes it takes a minute or two. Now, the cool thing again about this is that even though this was written by pen, it detects it as text and numbers. So let's see what happened. Now I'm doing this again on the fly. This was not done before. I just did it now. And let's see what it gives me. Now hold on. I did this before also, but look at that. 6th grade algebra worksheet grading report. And now let's put this, if you want to see how it did, I'm going to put this on the side. And I'm going to put my 6th grade thing on the side. And this way we could compare to see how Copilot did this. Okay, so here we have solve for x equals 5, 3x plus 5, 20, correct, which is good. Then number 2, solve for y. So this, it says here, the answer is incorrect. Okay, y is equal to 4, which is not 8. So it gives me practice questions, right? And then here you have number 3 is correct, and number 4 is wrong. So it says m should be 35, and this is wrong, and it gives me 3 practice questions. Alan is asking a question. Go ahead, Alan.
Thank you. I'm just noticing that the correct answer that's provided is actually incorrect as well. How do you hedge against, I guess,
Really?
false reporting?
Why
Or
is that for? No, why
sorry,
is for? Which question is wrong? Oh, this
question number 2. Y should be 1.
Why? 4y minus 6 is 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's something on my screen. My apologies. My apologies.
It's supposed to be 4. 4
Now,
times.
in theory, how would you hedge against incorrect?
Well, I guess it is possible. I mean, AI is not always right, as everybody knows by now. So you would just try to regenerate in a sense. You could tell it, verify again. You could tell it, input the same answers again and say, please review it once or twice. And sometimes it happened to me where I wanted to submit a research paper. And it was a specific question whether or not it was a certain type of research. Initially, it said it was, but then when I asked it to reevaluate, then it said it wasn't. So sometimes it is a good idea to fit it again and say, reevaluate the response and see whether or not it's the correct answer or not.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Any other questions on this? Okay. Oh, so the question is, Rivka is asking, how could you do this for the entire class? You could basically scan everybody's paper and submit it, just like what I have here. For example, I'm giving you another example. Let's say I have a Excel spreadsheet. So take a look at this, right? So the question was, please provide a response to what an AI is, right? So every student is giving a response. Now, obviously, this is not math, but if, say, you would have 5 questions for each student, then it would be much bigger. But I believe Copilot can handle even a long PDF file. You just have to scan it as a PDF, and it could generate an Excel spreadsheet. So if I want to generate this, right, and I want to ask AI to take this and provide a response, so this was saved, right? I could go back to my AI, and I would tell it, please generate a Excel spreadsheet with a report for each student based on the question, what is an AI? Create another column and provide the explanation. And I could say grade it based on a 100-point scale. Now, obviously, you could make it even more specific, but let me just do this so that you'll see. Upload image, and I will student responses to what AI is, open, and I could submit that. So here's my grading report. I click on here, and I will open up the file that, and here it is. Okay, so let's see what this did. So notice this is the name of the student. Let me just make this bigger so everybody could see it. This is the name, this is the answer. If I go next, I see the score. And here's the response from the AI to that specific student. Make it into a wrap text so you could see it better. In our notebook LM, which is one of the things that is really cool about Gemini, and I really want to get into that a little bit more. Now, how do we access notebook LM? So I'm going to access notebook LM using the Touro portal, but you could access it through your own. You could just type in Gemini and then go to notebook LM. You know what? Let's go over here. Let's type in notebook LM. It should give it to you. Now I'm gonna log in through my account. Log in here. So it actually logged me in. Now I created a lot of different notebooks. Now, what is the idea of Notebook LM? It is very powerful. It is a place where you could put in notes. It could be notes from your own organization. It could be your class or from a website or research papers. You could give it as many links to different notes that you have. For example, let me give you a very simple version of this. So there's foundations of, let's say, geologic systems. This is a 6-page Earth Science review. So imagine a student is in a class in the 6th or 7th grade, and they're learning about Earth science, and the teacher gave them a 6-page review. Now, where's that review? Let me see if I could open it for you so you could see it. So here I have here 6-page Earth Science review. As you could see, you have, these are just basic notes that the professor gave, or it could be your own notes for that matter, right? And it's talking about Earth layers, composed of different major layers, the earthquakes, Earth is composed of this and that, and the plate, drift, earthquakes, and notice here, countries like Japan, Chile, New Zealand is highlighted. So these are the notes, right? So it's, a student might have, let's say you have a test the next day and the student can't go through all of these. So they put this into Notebook LM. And the advantage of Notebook LM is that it takes the notes. You could even add more stuff to it, but for now I'm just gonna, you could ask it questions, right? So I asked it which places are more likely to have earthquakes. Now this question goes to the AI, but the AI is looking the answers through only the provided content that I gave it. So here it gives me this, right? So you could basically interact with the notes that you provided it. If you have a website and you want to interact with the website, you give all the links to those sites, and then you could interact with the AI. But that's only the beginning of it. The most things that you could do here, you could create an audio overview, video overview. Now, the cool thing about this is it will create a podcast based on the notes. So let's say a student wants to listen to it. So here, let's listen to this podcast, okay? And this was generated. I'm going to click on here.
Welcome to the deep dive. I'm so glad you're joining us today because we have a truly mind-bending journey.
Give me a thumbs up if you could hear.
We really do.
Yeah, we're looking at a stack of notes today specifically a dense 6-page Earth science review
How
sheet.
cool
Which
is
I know sounds
Right, I know what you might be thinking when you hear the words review sheet.
Yeah.
It probably brings up memories of, late
now?
night
So
cram
they're going to talk
sessions,
about the note
dried
and
out
how it's going to go on and on.
highlighters,
But let's say
trying
the student
desperately
wants
to
to ask a
memorize a
question. I'm
list
going to
of
click on
vocabulary
join.
words before a morning exam.
Oh, hey there. How can we help?
Yes, I wanted to know more about earthquakes. Can you give me more details about how they work and where might happen more frequently?
That is a fantastic question.
Oh, we love that you jumped in with that.
It's actually a perfect pivot for us.
It connects everything.
We were going to get to earthquakes later, but let's take a quick detour and give you that detail right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you want to know how earthquakes work and where they happen.
If we connect this to the bigger picture of the whole planet, earthquakes are the result of the tectonic plates moving.
These plates are always moving because of those agonizingly slow convection currents way down in the mantle.
Right. And where two oh, go for
Okay.
it.
Now, you say I just asked a question. Now, could you tell me more about the weather?
That is a wonderful question, and thank you for asking it.
We appreciate your curiosity.
You know, Earth science is a massive field.
It connects
So
physical,
anyway, you get the
chemical,
idea. I'm
and
not going to go
biological
through this,
processes.
but
And when
how cool was that? Now, do you want somebody from the audience want to ask a question? So I'm going to play it. Okay. I'm going to click on, okay.
Yes, I could ask.
you
Okay,
are
go ahead.
absolutely. Yep, go on.
What's the state that has the most earthquakes?
Well, that's a great follow-up question.
You are bringing us right back to the original topic.
Okay, let's unpack this. We were talking about where earthquakes happen.
Generally, the most earthquake-prone regions lie along tectonic plate boundaries.
Now, when we look at the United States, which is where the states are,
The majority of the most powerful quakes in the U.S. happen near the Pacific plate boundary.
so if you were to guess a state that is along that border,
You would likely be talking about California or Alaska.
California gets the press because of the San Andreas Fault.
But actually,
I'm going to pause it, but you saw how nice it gave the answer. So imagine you're a student and you want to learn about this. You get a 6-page review page. You won't break your head over it. But now here, you're actually having a conversation. You could even have a conversation while you're driving to wherever you're driving to. So that's cool. Now, that's not the only thing that Google LM does. Watch this. It even creates a video for you. Okay, so I created a video already. So watch this. I'm going to go to, okay, I'm going to hit.
All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to dig deep, I mean, really deep, to understand the incredible forces that are constantly shaping our world. We're on a quest to find the hidden engine that powers everything from the mountains we see to the volcanoes that erupt. So let's go. You know, the ground right under our feet
So
feels
notice
completely solid,
this
right?
video
Stable. Like
was
it's not going
generated.
anywhere. But honestly, that's
All
all
of
just
the
a big illusion. The reality
images
is,
in there,
our planet's surface
the
is in a
talking, the
constant
number
state of
1, 2, or 3, or the images, whatever it is, it was just created.
hot. Why is
Now
it
imagine
solid?
you're a teacher. You
And
want
the
to
answer is
create
just
a
one word:
slide
pressure.
deck. So I'm going
The
to,
weight of the entire planet is pushing down on it,
Right.
keeping it packed into a solid.
Good.
So, just how hot are we talking?
How cool is this? This is cool, right? Give me a thumbs up if you think this is cool. When I first saw this, I thought I was like, wow, I spent the next 3 hours just playing around with it when I saw this. But anyway, that's
I
just
have a
me.
question for
Yeah.
NotebookLM. You have to create an account, right?
It's
Because I
part
know
of
you.
Gmail. It's a free account. As long as you have a Gmail account, it will work for you.
Oh, got it, got it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, say you're a teacher.
Sure.
You want to create a quiz. You click on the quiz, and it will create it for you. So the quiz was already created here. Look at that. These are the questions. You have a hint. You go next. Next question. What is the primary mechanism of mental drive? You choose one. Right, wrong, next. Okay. Then say you want to do a slide deck. Let's see. You go to, you have a study guide. You have, where is it here? Where is the flash? Yeah, flashcards. You have comprehensive guide. Okay, which is also, this was created based on those notes. And there is supposed to be, I'm sorry, wait, hold on. There's supposed to be also a slide deck. I think it's this one. No, that's the video. Sorry.
So PAYAM, everything that you've
This is the slide. Look at it.
produced here, like the video and the slide deck and are based on notes that you've already entered into Notebook LM. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes. And
Okay.
that's what makes it powerful, because a lot of times you don't want the AI to just come up with its own ideas or its own places. You want it to be focused on what you give it, especially when
Okay.
you're in school or you're in an area where the teacher didn't even cover that part of that lesson. And I've seen this a lot when students, they cheat or they want to answer questions and the answers are totally not on a sense what we spoke about. It might be right, but it's things that we never spoke about in class. And that's what Notebook LM comes in. Notebook LM is not going to give you responses from areas where you don't provide it. And I think that's one of the things that is good. So now take a look at this. It also created me a PowerPoint not PowerPoint, but it created me a presentation on that notes that I provided. Look at this. How cool is this? To do something like this 10 years ago would take you what? At least 3 hours to do. To get the information, do the research, get the images, put it up, right? Okay, I know, I used to do this presentation. It was really hard to do. But with this, wow. Okay, anyway, let's get to the next thing. Any questions on this? Again, one more time. Let me explain this to you. The only thing that I provided to this Notebook LM was this 6-page notes that the professor gave me. You see this 6-page notes? That's it. It's all text, no visuals, no diagrams, all text, boring text. And Notebook LM took this text and made all these things with it. It's just amazing. From what okay, anyway, I get excited about these things, but okay, anyway, let's go on to the next thing. This is something Google AI Studio. I don't know if anybody ever heard of this. It's aistudio.google.com. It's a great site. It used to have more things for free. Now you could do some things for free. And one of the things that you could do here is build apps. So you could create a educational game app that you could share with your students. What I did was here, I created one called the Math Velocity, a race car. So what I did was, let me see if it gives me, this was the prompt that I provided it. Are you seeing on the upper left side? I wrote, create me a math lesson racing game. In this game, the students I even have grammar mistakes, to get the questions right in order for the car to go faster. Try to come up with the rest on your own. Okay? Anything better than this? I don't even have to think anymore today. So this Google Studio does the rest. So it came up with its own way of creating this. So here, look, ready to race. It has a basic addition, subtraction, or multiplication. Let's go addition. Ready for this? Okay, here's the game. 1 plus 14. If I do 17 is wrong, it's going to be engine stall. 1 plus 14, 15. It goes faster. So anyway, look how cool this is. I created a game just by giving a 3-line command. Right? It used to be, in order to do something like this, you would have to write, 60 line of code, right, Samuel? How many lines of code do you think this would be to write in, say, in Java? 100 lines? Yeah. Okay. So they did it for me. You could create your own here. AI Studio. So I'm going to just put in here aistudio.google.com. I'm going to say /live. Okay, so here comes to talk to Gemini live. It's similar to what you see on ChatGPT. Gemini has it also in Copilot on your phones, where you could talk to it and you could see your face. So here you could talk to it in a webcam. You could see what you're doing. You could talk to it live. There's also another cool thing which I really enjoy using. It's called the screen sharing. So imagine you want to create a presentation in Canva, and you don't know how to go about to do it. So you want Gemini to help you do it by looking at your screen and telling you where to click. So let's try this out, which I think is cool too. So I'm going to click on share screen. And, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, stream is live. I'm going to select what I want. So I'm going to select share screen 1, which is the screen that you're looking at. Then I'm going to click on allow. And I'm going to go click on this microphone. I'm going to click on allow. Gemini, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hi. Can you tell me what you see on your on my screen?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. What can I help you with?
Could you tell me what you see on my screen?
You are in the Google AI Studio playground. I can see the conversation you just had, where you asked, "Hi, Gemini, can you hear me?" And
Okay.
the model replied,
Okay, now.
"I can hear you.
Okay,
Hello."
all right.
The settings on the
Gemini.
right show that Gemini 1.5 Flash.
Okay, I'm going to make it. Okay, now, can you help me create a presentation using Canva? Tell me what to do step by step.
You're currently in the Google AI Studio playground. To create a presentation on Canva, you'll need to go to canva.com. Here are the steps. Go to canva.com and log in or sign up. 2. Search for presentation
Okay,
in the search bar. Choose a template or start from scratch.
Gemini.
4. Customize your slides with text, images, and elements. 5. Download or present.
Okay, can you go step by step and wait for
Great!
me
It
till I
looks like
finish?
you're on the right track. You can now go to the Canva. Sure, I will walk you through it. First, please go to canva.com.
Okay, what's next?
You can now log in or sign up if you don't have an account yet. Please click the Start Designing for Free button.
Okay, anyway, it's just a click here. Anyway, I'm going to stop this. I wanted to show you before you leave. I think it's very good to know about this. Okay, AI is an educational coach and writing tutor. A lot of times, students are not able to create or write their own, or they don't know where to start or what to do. So what you could do is you could ask the AI to be the expert. So the way this works is, I'm just going to do this fast because there's no time. I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to go to either Copilot or Gemini, it doesn't make a difference. And let's go to Copilot. Let's go to a new chat. And here I'm going to tell it that I want to write a paper on the assignment topic is whether outsourcing job is good or not, right? So it says your role is to help me clarify, but not give me the presentation or not give me the actual content. So when I hit on go, this type of a prompt will enable the AI to work with the student, right? So it doesn't really tell it the information. It says first question is, right? It says, what do you feel is outsourcing good or not? So I say, I don't like outsourcing. Okay. And then it's going to take me to the next part. Says, okay, what is the main reason you don't like outsourcing? For example, is it because of jobs, lower quality? So I have to come up with ideas to answer these questions. And the idea of this is that when the student is responding to these questions, at the end, they could formulate based on the student's answers what the paper is going to be. Obviously, this is not the best way to come up with somebody to create a paper or write a paper, but at least it's a step better than having the AI to generate it for the student. Now, when I was giving this presentation to a different audience, they were asking me, how would the instructor know whether or not the student did it this way or they just had the AI created, right? So it's very simple. What you do is you ask the student to provide the screen, the whole chat within the Copilot or the Gemini, so that you see the interaction between the user and the AI. And this way, the student went through the whole thing. Sometimes students would submit. I have a similar project in the fundamentals class where students submit to me 30, 40 pages of interaction with the AI. So at least I know, they did something on their own. This way it's better than, having the AI to do all the work. But I do want everybody to fill this out if you can. Just simply scan this and give me your feedback. Let me know whether or not you liked what you saw, whether it was exciting or you already knew about this. Anything you want to share with me, I really look forward to read your feedback. I do look at it. I even share it with other people. So if you could please share your feedback with me, that would really be appreciated.